Hello and welcome everyone to another episode of Sharp Knife Shop Unboxing Series, the YouTube series where I gauge, unbox new knives to the shop and show them off to you internet civilians. In today's episode, we've got some really cool stuff to show off, really fancy stuff, so we're going to get gloved up before we start looking at stuff. Let's get into it. Okay, we're gonna start today with some oldies but some goodies. These are knives we've had in the shop before, but it's been a while since we've had them. So those are the Yu Kurosaki Senko Desert Ironwood knives here. They are made from SG2, and as the name implies, they have the Senko Tsushime pattern on them, which is supposed to look kind of like stars. And then they have these beautiful ironwood handles on them, Western style handles, two really nice pins in there, beautiful grain pattern on these handles. They are gorgeous. The last time we had these in, they were a little chunky, or sorry, I should say a little thinner, the handles, which I personally didn't really like. This iteration, it's got a little more chunk to them. They fill up your hand a little bit more and they feel super comfy. Like all of Yu Kurosaki's knives, they have beautiful fit and finish on them. The choil and spine are nicely sanded down. The handle where the wood and spine come across is like perfect. There's no like gaps, bumps, or spaces or anything like that. And again, the grain pattern on the wood is really cool. We'll get some B-roll later, really zoomed in on these guys, but just the textures and the grain pattern are so cool. That was the 130 mil petty knife that I was showing off to you. We have a Santoku, which is also kind of similar to a bunka. I guess we'll probably call these a bunka on the site. So we've got these guys at 165. We've got Gyutos at both 180, which you could also kind of describe these more as like a Kretsuke Gyuto. So this is the 180. We've got a 210, really beautiful. And then finally, we've got the 270 mil Tsujihiki. Very beautiful knives. Look at that. Gorgeous. Now they all come with their own plastic knife guard, except for the Tsujihiki, I'm learning. This is the first time we've unboxed these knives, so I thought they all came with guards, but apparently the Tsuji does not. Maybe what we'll do is we'll just throw in a free Sharp branded knife guard with the Tsujis, but all the other ones come with this nice plastic guard. It's got a felt lining in it, so yeah, a little bit no frills, but still a nice little freebie there for you. Again, the Senko line made from R2, so you're gonna get really good edge retention on these guys. R2 is my favorite stainless steel. I find it very easy to sharpen, especially the Yu Kurosaki knives, because of how thin they are behind the edge. And yeah, I really only have good things to say about these knives. They're super beautiful, really high performing, thin at the spine, thin behind the edge. They are a little bit on the delicate side, so if you're getting into your first Japanese knife, maybe not where I would steer you first, but if you've been eyeing a Yu Kurosaki for some time, don't miss your chance to own one of these bad boys because they're sweet. All right, guys, we're moving on from knives that we've seen already to some brand new knives from Hatsukokoro. These are from their Shirasagi line. They have a Kurouchi and Tsushime finish. They are forged from Aogami No. 2. They have a soft iron cladding on them, and they are forged by Tamura Toru, sharpened by Myojin Tateo. This duo of knife makers is highly recognized in Japan. They create some really awesome knives, and they work together quite frequently. It's quite apparent in their knives. The blades are super straight. The beveling on them is really nicely done. Like, we found like one little low spot in one of the 330s, but nothing I would be concerned about. Shinogi line is really consistent on all of them. The ura on the back is really nicely done. I really can't fault these knives in any sort of sense. Great value on these guys. I don't know the pricing off the top of my head. They're certainly not cheap, but for Yanagiba, of varying sizes, you're gonna get a really high value knife. Now, we have 5 different shapes in from them, or I should say you know, all of them are Yanagibas, but we've got some different sizes and some different styles on the tip. So we'll start with the 270s that we have. 1, 2, 3 are the just classic Yanni here. We've got a Kretsuke style Yanni, and we've got a Sakimaru style Yanni. All of these are super, super cool. 270. Again, fit and finish on these guys are awesome. They've got wenge handles on them, octagonal in shape. So normally I would say suitable for righties and lefties, but these are all right beveled knives. So if you're a lefty, these are not going to work for you. Buffalo horn ferrule on them, really nicely done. No bumps, gaps, or spaces anywhere. Tang and handle come together beautifully. If you're new to Japanese knives, you never come across a Yanagiba before, they are primarily used for slicing, but in Japanese cuisine, you can use them for pretty much anything. Our newest employee over at the Etobicoke shop, Hansan, is Korean, but did his training as a chef, as a sushi chef, and he told me that they were taught to use a Yanagiba for everything. So for like sheeting daikon, julienning vegetables, slicing proteins, they used a Yanagiba for everything. So it is a very versatile shape. It is a little bit difficult to get a handle on. They do steer a little bit, but if you're familiar with these knives and you're looking for a really high value Yanagiba, these are a great option. We've got a 300 mil Yanagiba here as well. And then the pièce de résistance is the 330 mil Kretsuke style Yanagiba. This guy is like a frickin' sword. Very, very cool knife. I'm quite smitten by these guys. Again, fit and finish on these guys is awesome. I might have to take one of these home with me. Not that I really do a lot of slicing of raw proteins, but just it would be a super cool addition to the kit. So there you have it, guys. Unboxing of the Yu Kurosaki Desert Ironwood Senko lineup and the Shirasagi line from Hatsukokoro. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions about either of these series of knives, leave a comment down below. We'll make sure to answer you as soon as we can. And until the next video, stay sharp. They are forged by Teru Yasu. Nope. Sorry, Future Jake. Let's get into it. Past gauge is very sorry.